Hello there, my name is JD from Studio 2105. Welcome back to MixStream Online and a brand new episode of Weekly Update Wednesdays. If you are new to this channel, a warm welcome to you. Big shout out and thank you to the patrons. Do become a subscriber if you're not one and click on the notification bell so that you'll be updated every time I upload a brand new video. Do sign up for the email list, and if you want to support the channel, become a patron at www.patreon.com/studio2105. Anugerah Lagu Indie is back for the second year running. This local awards show made its debut last year and it showcases the best of Malaysian independent music. It made a big impact in helping to bring local independent music to the media forefront and to the mainstream at large. Now, I was very proud, right? Because Studio 2105 was a prize sponsor last year, and I was also honored, right, to have been asked to come on board as a judge during the finals. So if you're a Malaysian independent artist, doesn't matter whether you are a band, whether you are a solo singer-songwriter, and you would like to see how far your song can go, right? You can send in your songs for nomination today. To be eligible for submissions, your songs must be published between 14th of August 2020 to 13th August 2021. Number two, it must be an independent release, right? So you're not under a major label, not signed, right? You're not an artist that's signed under a major label. And number three, 100% created by a Malaysian citizen or citizens, okay? Right, so maybe, there are a few of you are a band. And number four, language, any language. So there's no restrictions or limitations when it comes to language. For more info on how to submit your songs for considerations, head down to the ALI, the Anugerah Lagu Indie website, right, which is going to be down here below, and it's going to be down in the description as well. Remember, the deadline is 13th of August 2021, so you got about a month left, right, in order to send your songs in for submissions, okay? With the news out of the way, let's head on down to this week's featured question. I recorded a vocal several days apart, but I'm having a problem when it comes time to mix. Some parts are too bright, some are too muddy. How do you create consistency in the vocal tone? Now, this is one situation which I really consider a nightmare situation. I will try my best to avoid it. Now, the solution is not going to be easy, right? And it's going to vary depending on the specific problems with the vocal parts. So there's no one size fits all solution, or one particular plugin that will solve all this problem. You really have to look at it at a case by case basis and treat it and approach and attack it that way. Now, there are several methods or several approaches to deal with the issue, but all of them is going to involve, right, splitting the parts into different tracks. So maybe the ones that sound muddy, maybe the ones that sound bright, maybe the ones that sound normal and okay. You got to split them up, and all of them have to be given its own individual treatment, right? So each of them is going to be, different EQ, different compression and all that. So just imagine that's a lot of work, and it's just why I say it's a situation that I will try my best to avoid. Start by using clip gain to match levels, and then you apply either a high pass filter or a low pass filter to get rid of any low frequency mud, or excessive brightness or harshness. Now, bear in mind, okay, that EQ works both ways, right? Sometimes you may have to darken the bright sounding vocal parts, right, in order to match the overall tone, not always boosting. Sometimes you want to cut, you may want to filter out as well. You may have to use some saturation and more aggressive than usual amounts of compression. This will help out to even out some of the discrepancies. No way to go around it, because if it's so different, sometimes that's one of the ways, one of the compromises that you have to go to try to even out all these discrepancies. Besides that, right, another very, very powerful tool actually is to use a dynamic EQ, right? And a good example would be the TDR Nova. I use that dynamic EQ so many times, right? Almost on every episode. You can check it out on any of my MixStream live stream videos. Unlike a traditional EQ, a dynamic EQ will only apply its boost or cut when the audio signal passes the set threshold. Now you can think of it as a frequency specific compressor, whereby it only does its thing around a specific frequency and or bandwidth. Now, another powerful tool, right? Something that's come around a little bit more recently are frequency matching EQs. Some of these, right, use finite impulse response filters. You know, they use things such as machine learning and AI. One example that I have that I own is NEWFANGLED Audio's Equivocate. Perhaps if you guys want, I'll do a tutorial video on this plugin real soon. So stay tuned, right, for when it comes out. All in all, the best practice, of course, is to never put yourself in a situation where you have to do all these things, okay? Right. Few simple things. Take notes on your microphone placement. Mark, right, the height, mark the spot on the floor for the vocalist to stand. Take note of the distance from the vocalist, right, from his or her mouth to the microphone. Take notes of your mic preamp gain, your compressor settings if you are, applying any compression on the way in, okay? Take notes, right? Take detailed notes of all of these things down. The human voice, right, is unlike any other man-made instrument. It's not like a guitar or drums or a keyboard or a piano, right? It's living, breathing tissue, and it's subject to variations all the time. It's a physical part of your body. Singer's voice, right? First thing in the morning when he or she just wakes up sounds totally different, right, from later in the day when it's got time to warm up. And then obviously, if it's late, if the singer is tired, muscles are strained, right, tone also sounds a little bit different also. Vocals should almost always be done in the same session if possible. Well, I've worked with many bands, right, and when I produce a singer, or even when I have another producer and I'm just engineering, almost always we will always do that session in one go, in one single sitting. We will very hardly, right, split it up into different days. For me, if a singer doesn't nail a performance within the first couple of hours, usually they're not gonna nail it, okay, right? So there's no point in tiring them out, keep recording and singing over and over again. This is usually because, right, he or she probably wasn't really prepared. Maybe didn't warm up, didn't practice the song. We never know, right? Or perhaps, perhaps on the day of the session itself, they are not in the right space, okay? So there's so many factors and so many reasons behind it. I lay out a bunch of vocal recording strategies in the video titled Recording Techniques 101. This is a video that's part of the Direct Access Music Production Workshop, right? So if you want to learn a little bit more, right, a little bit more detail about how the strategies and how I approach vocal recording, right, please do check this video out. I hope that answers your question. As usual, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video useful and informative. Please do leave a like, right? And I would love to hear from you. If you have questions, if you have feedback, if you want to share any of your tips when it comes to vocal recording and dealing with this kind of issue, please do leave them down in the comments below. Please do share this video with your friends. If you are not a subscriber yet, please do consider click on the subscribe button, okay? Do consider supporting the channel, become a patron, and hope to see you again in another video real soon. Remember, again, independent artists, right, in Malaysia, whether you're a band or solo singer-writer, go and sign up and send in your songs for the Anugerah Lagu Indie 2021, okay? Till next time, see you again in the next video. Happy recording and mixing. Peace, love, and music.